How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to yet another weekly warehouse update. We've got some fun stuff. We don't have a ton of restocks, but we have some fun bundles, and then we've got a really special box that I'm gonna go over, and all that fun stuff. We'll also, you know what, I think we'll probably highlight what you can expect next week if you're gonna be in town at Worlds, the releases you could see there. We'll highlight that too. They're not gonna be available online, so we'll do that at the end, but all the stuff at the beginning is live on the site right now, starting with and that sounded like I was about to do that, like, you know that bus rhyme you do, like, starting with, you remember that? No?
I never rode the bus.
That might be before your time. Anyways, Innova Gorgon back on the site. These things sell well every time we have them. And funny enough, I haven't had a chance to throw it yet. I put one in my bag, and then I might have thrown it once, but I don't remember it. And then I sprained my ankle, and then every course I've played since spraining my ankle hasn't asked for a Gorgon, but people are loving them. So it looks like a disc I'm gonna love too, so I can't wait to find out if I actually love it, but we got plenty of them back in stock, all kinds. This is a really good run of Star too, they did that in. We also have some AVRs. I haven't seen these. These are like full color AVRs on DX plastic, or you can also go with the classic AVR stamp. The AVR is my newest throwing putter of choice. Absolutely been loving it recently. I throw a Halo AVR, and mine might as well be a putter version of a Firebird. But the typical AVR is not like that. Typically, it's just point and shoot, dead straight, throw whatever line you want with it. We also have some R-Pro Pigs back in stock, which Robbie's in town today, so I won't tell you how I really feel about this disc. But some of these are actually bored flat. This one might end up in Robbie's bag. Do you like flat pigs? Love it. He loves flat pigs. That one's bored flat. That's sick, because sometimes they have a little dome to them. But R-Pro Pigs are back in stock. In all seriousness, very, very good baseline overstable approach disc. The R-Pro beats in a little bit slower than like your DX or anything like that. And in my experience, it'll start actually a little bit more overstable in a lot of zones. So that's actually really fun. You can start a little more overstable, beat it in. We also have the Zero putt and approach, one of the newer discs in Innova's lineup. By newer, I mean, I think it came out like a year or two ago. But fun fact about this, I actually saw on Instagram that the founder of Innova, Dave Dunapace, putts with a Zero now. So if the founder of Innova went from the AVR to the Zero, what are you doing still putting with the AVR? Something to think about. We also have the Nova. This is perfect as we're about to start getting into that colder temperature when the fall and winter comes. I know it's a little bit premature, but my mind's been on the winter since July. The Nova's great for that. A little extra tacky, a little extra grip for you as things get cold. People love that. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Champ Eagle. Just a great 7-speed, one of the classic 7-speeds in the game, 7.4, -1.3. It kind of like set the lineup of, you'll notice Innova hits that -1.3 a bunch of times in their lineup. You see it with the Orc, you see it with the Wraith, you see it with the Destroyer, you see it with the Boss, you see it with the Eagle. And the Eagle is, I think, the original one of the -1.3s. So if you're looking for a fairway driver version of some of your favorite distance drivers, check out the Eagle. But let's go show you everything else we got.
All right, we got a new thing for this weekend that we're doing, a little special 3-pack personality bundle. So we have a few different ones we're gonna tell you about. I'm gonna introduce mine, since that makes the most sense. I know it the best. My bundle, probably the best bundle, is 3 discs that I love near and dear to my heart. We've got rocks, okay? We got some baseline rocks here. My go-to mid-range right now, obviously I recently experienced heartbreak, had to take the Shark out of my bag. But you know what? It was a real great homecoming because the Rock is my main mid-range again. I've been loving it, threw great, broke 57 with mainly a rock that I did lose. If you find it, please say something. So we got the Rock in there, also the Stalker. I think they're gonna stop making these soon, or if they haven't already, but I absolutely adore this disc. If you haven't tried it yet, I beg you to, because you might not have the chance that much longer. What you have here is, they call it a 7-speed. I've always considered it closer to a 6-speed. It's just a little bit more than a mid-range, really straight out the gate. You can throw them flat and they'll go straight, maybe a little fade, but they quickly beat into a great hyzer flip disc. And once they're really seasoned, they're just incredible. They're super versatile. Love, love, love the Stalker. I've been throwing the Stalker since I was like 14 years old. I still love this disc. And then lastly, we've got F7s. We have a bunch of different college stamped ones here. These are in, I believe these are, 400 plastic F7s. But I kind of threw this in my bag as my token flippy disc a while back, but I have been throwing the best rollers of my life with this disc, and I absolutely love it for that, but it's also great for backhand hyzer flip lines that need to flip really quick. So yeah, that's my bundle. That's my personality bundle, the F7, the Stalker, and the Rock. You can get 3 discs that I love that are in my bag and are not going anywhere, all in one little bundle, so make sure to check that out. And now we're gonna talk to you about some more personality bundles, but I'm not the one to do it.
Because I'm the one to do it. So, Robbie C here, we're dapping it up, a solid dap on that side. And what we also have is a solid bundle here with 3 discs that I adore and love. Of course, you know, if it's good, keep it in the bag. We have in the bag Pigs, super fun stamp that we ran. I love this because my wife, even when I put this one in my bag and she saw the stamp of it, was like, oh, they ran in the bag, like, and she kind of like took it back for a second and then went to the if it's good phrase. So I love the R Pro Pig. Traditionally, some R Pro can come out pretty domey, but custom stamps, they usually do a really good job of making really board flat pigs. So if you want a smooth forehand, which the Pig excels at, this could be a really great option for you. Second disc, Trevor was talking about homecoming with his rocks. For me, it's coming back to the Eagle. I tried to move away from this disc for so long. I tried Stalkers, I tried Evaders, I tried a bunch of different stuff. Eagles came back. It is when people describe the T-Bird and what it does, like Innova Pros, I've always described the Eagle as a more extreme T-Bird because it's gonna have more turn to it, but it also is gonna fade more. So you're just gonna get a lot more dynamic movement out of it. So if you love to throw anhyzer angles, perfect. If you love to throw hyzers, it leans into the hyzer. It can really do everything and actually serves as a really great forehand disc. If you find like your Firebirds, your Fireballs, your Raptors are a little too stable, check out an Eagle. They make some flat ones. These have a little bit of dome, which means they're gonna be crushers on backhand. And then last but not least, the Rift. The Rift is, I mean, DJI as a company, let's just say, live look at everyone. Yeah, you're sleeping on DJI. So we want to make sure that we check out this amazing company. The Rift, Katrina Allen is one of her custom stamps. This is really sick. It's got that like rose logo. I think she has one of the best logos in the game. New mom, which is fun and exciting. And so we are the Rift straight mid-range. It is when people describe what they want a buzz to be. At this point, there's so many out there, you can find the buzz, but instead of having to hunt for a specific buzz that does the straight thing, Rift is it.
Hey everybody, it's Connor here. I love trucks, I love mustard, and I love disc golf. Here we go. In my personality bundle, I have the Envy. You've seen me throw the Envy a lot. This one's orange. I like orange. You should like orange too, and throw this one. Jawbreaker Zono Ace, nice and overstable, little choppy forehand. You see me throw those all the time, flex line. This Jawbreaker one will beat in nice for you to be overstable, but very usable. And then last but not least, the Rhythm. You want to throw far? Throw this disc. It's yours. Here you go. Back to the team.
All right, I always thought Connor was a ginger, but you learn something new every day. What? His beard grade. It's a color grade. That's right. Yeah, it's our color grade. So my bundle, last but not least, we saved the best for last. Look, we are going to have, this isn't a competition, but there's going to be an internal competition as to who sells the most. So I'm not saying I'm your favorite. I'm saying buy your favorite person's bundle to help them win the competition. If I am your favorite, let me show you what you're getting. It's not going to be a surprise to anyone here. First off, the PA3. There's going to be an assortment of different stamps on the PA3. This one happens to be a New Jersey Devil stamp. If you follow Kickball Dad on Instagram, he would love this disc. If you don't follow Kickball Dad on Instagram, you should. Very good follow. But the PA3, regardless of the stamp, is just an awesome disc. Great throwing putter, great putting putter all around. It's probably one of the discs that'll never, ever leave my bag unless it's forced out of my bag. Another disc that's like that is the Zone, specifically the ESP Zone. I love the ESP Zone because it starts off a little bit straighter than your stock Zone. And what I'd always found was like, I liked the Zone OS, I liked the Zone. There's a little bit of overlap. So I carry either a really overstable Z Zone or a Zone OS. I go back and forth between those. And then the ESP Zone, because the ESP Zone lets me get a lot of like more touchy, rip it on Annie lines that I can like trust to just pan but never come back. Throw it really hard flat. It goes dead straight and has a good finish. And the finish is a much more pushing fade. I honestly get more use out of an ESP Zone than a Z Zone for my arm speed. So that's why I'm putting this in this box instead of a stock Z Zone or anything like that, is I absolutely love the ESP Zone. And then last but certainly not least, the driver that everyone would be throwing if they could, but the only reason pros don't throw the Destroyer is because they're sponsored by someone else. I'll be convinced of that till the day I die. The Destroyer's the distance driver that every other distance driver tries to be on the market. us unsponsored people, why throw anything else? The Destroyer is the end-all be-all, and that's the last disc in my box. The Destroyer, the Zone, and the PA3. But you can check out all the different personality bundles. They'll be priced slightly different based on what's in there because some are like 3 premium discs, some has custom stamps, stuff like that. But you can find them all on the site right now and pick up your favorite one. Please be me.
Over here at the accessory shelf, because we got a Ripped Revenge restock now. We just recently did a Ripped Revenge video on our channel, so if you want to see it play out, make sure to go check that out. Hunter almost broke his ankle. Nothing to do with Ripped Revenge, but it did happen. The game might be cursed, but I'm not saying that. It just might be. But Ripped Revenge is an incredible disc golf game because it adds so much more to your round. If you're just getting a little bored with the monotony of a normal disc golf round, you're looking to spice things up, you got some buddies to play with, you can grab a deck of Ripped Revenge, and basically you get a hand of cards that adds modifiers to your opponent's shots. It can give you bonuses. It might say something like your opponent has to throw their next putt with their eyes closed, or they have to throw a mini off the tee. There are 2 different versions of Ripped Revenge. You have the original Ripped Revenge, and then you have Ripped Showdown, which is just a slightly updated. There's different cards in there, and also a couple different ways to play the game, but very similar. And then we have these Ripped Revenge Evolution expansion packs. These are a collaboration we did with Ripped Revenge, and they allow you to collect different cards. Each of these packs has different sets of cards in them. You have rare cards, non-rares, and you can build your own deck and make it as strong as you want or as fun as you want to play with. It's a great time. We also have something really cool, these card holders. Might not seem like a necessity, but I'm telling you, it's awesome. You have 2 zippers, so you have your main deck. You can have like your disc card in one of these, and then you can put your hand in the front. So you don't have to worry about mixing them up in your pocket or just stuffing them in your bag. The card holders are actually great, and they clip right onto your bag, which is a great time. So you can buy these individually, or we always have a bundle on our site. They make a great gift for any disc golfer in your life, but they're not expensive, and they're just super fun. If you haven't tried it out, just give it a shot, and you won't regret it. It's a lot of fun. Ripped Revenge rocks. It evens the playing field too. If you got some buddies who aren't as good as you, maybe give them more cards to start with. You can kind of set a handicap with it. It's a great, great time. So check out Ripped Revenge. Huge restock right now.
What's up, y'all? So wanted to let you know about a new product is probably a new service that we're offering here at Foundation, and that is lessons. I'm gonna be offering lessons each month. We're gonna have 30-minute time slots that you can book. We can talk about backhand, putting, forehand. I've had the opportunity to work with students digitally on all of these things, and it's a blast. It's been really fun getting connected with people because obviously you don't all live in my town. At least I don't think that you all live in Birmingham. If you did, come say hi. What are we doing? Why am I not seeing you at George Ward? So, we're going to be offering lessons. It's going to be a product that you can actually purchase on the website or through the app. And when you purchase it, it's going to send a calendar reminder to you. It's going to send a calendar reminder to me. It's going to give you a link that you can use to meet me at the appropriate time. You're going to send me video of whatever we're working on. It's going to be an awesome opportunity to help you take that next step in your game. I think here at Foundation, we've been talking about the coaching and dreaming about the coaching for a little while. And so excited to see what we can do to help step into that world and help you guys increase your confidence out on the course. Because, you know, if you're confident, you're gonna start scoring some putts, and maybe one day, you know, people will be looking at you in a bogey bro battle and saying, man, I wish I could putt like that guy.
All right, subscription box time. We're super excited about this month's box because it's gonna be highlighting the World Championships that happens next week. So we're first off highlighting last year's World Champs. So you'll get an Isaac Robinson archive, bunch of different stamps on these. Like this is one of them. You also have like this one, or an M4, which is also, all the M4s will have Isaac Robinson's stamp on it as well. So a disc to highlight Isaac Robinson, also a disc to highlight last year's World Champ Kristen Tatar. These are Opto Ice Explorers. Very, very sick disc. So that also highlights Kristen Tatar. This actually highlights her whole Grand Slam, but last year's World Champs. And what I'm super, super excited about, Trevor's looking at behind me, we've got these Crystal Lunas stamped with the World Championship Foundation stamp. The only way to get this disc with this stamp is in this subscription box. We aren't running this stamp on any other disc. We're gonna have it available on t-shirts if you're in town for Worlds, but the only way to get a 2024 Foundation Disc Golf World Championship stamp disc is in this subscription box. So that's the third disc. This, why'd we choose the Luna? Well, it's obviously at New London, Paul McBeth designed course, also at Ivy Hill. The Paul McBeth involved course in our hometown, got the Foundation logo on there. It just pays homage to this year's World Champ. So both of last year's World Champs highlighted, and you get this year's World Champ, World Championship, maybe World Champ too, who knows? Paul could do crazy stuff. And also the swag item, you get this fun keychain This was World Championships. You get a nice holographic sticker and a magnet with that stamp. So triple swag item there. So you get 3 premium discs plus the swag item for $45, and the boxes get better hopefully each and every month. We feel that way. Hopefully you feel that way too. So you can subscribe, $45 a month, gets you 3 premium discs plus the swag item. That's this month's box. So that's gonna wrap it up for what's on the site. So you can head over there and get shopping. But if you're gonna be in town next week, let me go over the 5 discs that we're about to drop to you. All right, so next week we have 5 releases happening. One will happen on Wednesday, one will happen on Thursday, one will happen on Friday, one will happen on Saturday morning, one will happen Saturday night at the Fly Mart. So I'm gonna go over and just show you the stamp and the brand that is tied to the stamp, but you'll be able to shop a bunch of different molds with these, and these are only gonna be available at the World Championship. So this is where they're dropping, this is the exclusive drop here. So if you're in town for Worlds, make sure you stop by our in-person store. We're not gonna have them on the course, they're gonna be in the in-person store, they're gonna drop at 9 a.m. each day that they release. You can find the release schedule on our website. We'll also be posting about it on Instagram and all of that stuff. But so on MVP, we have this stamp, I believe we're calling this Olympus, but it's basically an astronaut looking at a floating space rock up there. All of them are gonna allude to the foundation logo. So you'll be able to find the hidden foundation logo in pretty much every one of these, which is sick. So that's this one here. Then on Prodigy, we have, what do we call the sea dragon?
The sea serpent?
Sea serpent. Called a sea serpent. We got the boat in the background there. This is on Prodigy, I think I said that. Then we have, I believe we called this the Ember Storm on House of Discs. So you'll have some Discmania, some Trilogy, some Castaplast, stuff like that with the Ember Storm. Basically a volcano erupting there with a nice frame around it, really cool looking. Then we have, I don't know, we were internally referring to this as Stranger Things. What did we land on?
I call it Mind Flare.
Mind Flare, so we landed on here. This one we actually released to our text deals a little bit ago as a little preview, but this is on Innova. So this one here is a Halo Star Thunderbird. Really, really cool. This is probably the most obvious foundation logo one. And then last but not least, on Discraft, we have, I'm calling it Imagination. I don't know what we end up calling it, but basically like a futuristic floating city on Discraft. This is a Jawbreaker zone, but a bunch of different stuff. So if you're gonna be in town for Worlds, there's your plan. And what's fun is if you collect all 5, you buy one of each stamp. So Wednesday through Sunday, you don't have to buy, or Wednesday through Saturday, you don't have to buy them on the day, but if you buy one of each 5 stamp, then you're also going to get a free swag box. You'll receive a certificate saying, I've unlocked it, and that'll be our way of marking you down, and then we'll ship it to your home with a bunch of really cool stuff in there. So if you end up coming to town, make sure you pick up all 5 if you want to collect and be a cool collector, and then you'll get that free swag box, or you can just be like, I literally only love Discraft, so I'm just going for this one. But yeah, these are the stamps that are dropping next week. This is the first time we've shown anyone, so I'm super excited about that. You can check all that out, and then you can head over to the site to check everything we've got going on over there. We'll talk to you again next week.